Assalamu alaikum student. Today we will discuss science book of grade 2. Its name is Explore Science. Explore is to travel in order to learn with the help of photography. Whenever we learn with the help of photography, we will inquire different questions. We will discuss it. We will conclude the conclusion. It contains 5 units. First is related to living things, second is material, third is light and dark, fourth is electricity, fifth is earth and beyond. Then we will discuss the exercises and the glossary or the vocabulary related to the unit. What is in the unit? Here is a list that we will study some vocabulary that is important to learn, and here are some of the questions we have to ask or we have to answer or we have to find out, and here are some of the activities that will help you to conclude the facts and figure. Some facts are given in the boxes, and here are some of the glossary or the vocabulary that are in colored words, and we must know about that. You have to find out some of the facts with the help of your teacher, and you have to learn the question answer and check your knowledge. Did you learn very well? Have you find the question of the important question related to the unit or the answer? First unit is related to living thing. Now question arises, what are living things? Living things are the things that can eat, drink, respire, excrete, reproduce, or enlarge in sizes, or they can move from here to there, or in how many living things are found in our nature. There are different living things. Plants are living things, animals are living things, human beings are living things, insects are living things, birds are living things. Okay, how many living things can you see around your school? In our school, plants are there, they are the living things. Weeds are there, that are the living things. Animals are there, birds are there, that are the living things. Human beings are there, that are the living things. Are there any polar bear? Look at the picture. What is given? Here is a picture of a bear and polar. It is found in the polar region. Okay. Are there any penguin? There is no penguin. Look at this page. There is no penguin. Penguin is a running bird that are found on the seashore. What about a big cactus? Cactus is a tree that has thorn. Okay, and it is mostly found in the desert. Would these animals and plants survive where they live? Remember this thing. The God has made the atmosphere suitable for the living environment, for the living thing. Wherever the things are found, that is suitable environment for that living thing. That's why different animals or different living things are found. What do you know? Plants and animals are living things? Yes, they are the living things. Different animals and plants are found in different places in the world. Why? Because that place or that atmosphere is suitable for their life. That's why they are found there. And the weather can be different in different places and at different times of the year. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere that is different. Somewhere in the world hot weather is, somewhere moisture is there, somewhere cold weather, very cold weather. Okay, now look at this vocabulary. Environment is, as I told you, that it is the atmosphere, the condition of the atmosphere. Extent is to diminish, finish, not found. Grow is to enlarge in size. Habitat is a place where any animal or any living thing is found. Hibernate is a state where any living thing can found in a dormant condition, not inactive. Okay, hibernation is the period in which that living things are found in a dormant condition. Migrate is to move from one place to another. Migration is the process of movement in search of food, in search of, you can say, for favorite atmosphere, for favorite weather. And mini beast are the name of the animal. Organism is the thing. Can be organism can be a plant, can be a animal or bird or anything. Weather is state of atmosphere. Okay, now let's find out. Nature reserves all parts of the environment. They are places where animals and plants are looked after. No one can build on the land or change anything in these places. Why do we have nature reserves? Remember this thing, that environment is a state of atmosphere. Okay, and here we study that what is habitat. Habitat is a place where the animal live. Why do we preserve the environment? So that we can survive, we can allow the animal or the plants to live for a longer time. That's why we preserve the environment. We reserve them. Okay, we preserve them, we secure them. Why do we have nature reserves? So that we can provide a suitable atmosphere for the living thing, for their survival. Next page is let's explore. What we are going to explore? There are different animals and plants in your local area. We have to find out what type of plants and animal in our local area found. Not all the plants of the animals are the same, and some animals and plants are only found at some places. Why? Because as I told you that a habitat is a place where specific animal are found. That is a place. That's why different animals are found at different places, because that atmosphere is suitable for them. What is environment? The environment is everything around us. Plant and animals live in their environment. It is where they can grow, they can produce, they can enlarge, and they can produce new plants and animals. What makes the environment? The environment refers to the surrounding of a living thing. These surrounding includes other living and non-living things. The air we breathe. Why? Because living thing can breathe, can require oxygen or air for respiration. The air we breathe, rivers and oceans, land, plants, animals and human all make up our environment. Why? Because in every place different animals are found, different plants are found, different things are found, human beings are found. And these things like air, river, ocean, land, plants and animals, that make up our environment, because they allow us to live on the earth. Look at this picture. The weather in the seashore environment is hot. Why? Because the sun is directly touched to the light transparent water. That's why here the atmosphere is very hot, although the plants are found, but we find mostly hot weather around the seashore or around the sea. A plant or animal's environment is also affected by the weather where it lives. For example, animals with thick fur are found in cold environment, like the polar bear. Okay, they are found in the polar region in the cold environment because they have a thick fur, and fur is protect them from the hotness of their weather. Look at this picture. Here is a picture of the weather in the mountain environment can be very cold. Why? Because as we move up, the temperature drops down. That's why the snow is found on the top of the. Next page is related to things to do. That sharing an environment. Think about where you live. Do you share your environment with other animal? Yes, of course, we share the environment. We dependent on the plant and the plants are dependent on us. We dependent on the animal and the animals are dependent on us. Okay, that is our environment. We dependent on the air and or the atmosphere, and we make it clean. We dependent on the water resources and we preserve them. That make our environment. In the place where we live, record the animals and plants you can find. Wherever we live on the earth, and here are different type of plants, different type of animals, birds, and whenever we go to the sea, there are different water animals. Whenever we go to visit to the mountain, here are the mountainous animals. Find out how many different living things are around school. Different things. How many different things are in our living things that are around our school? There are human beings. There are plants. There are birds, insects. Okay, how they can live in the environment? They are dependent on their environment. One thing can get food from the other thing, and they make their environment possible for themselves as well as for others. What dangers they face? They face what type of dangers they face? For example, whenever there is a scarcity, limited resources, what will happen? Whenever we cut the plant, the habitat of the birds will be finished, insects will be finished. Okay, different human beings and animal dependent on the plant, they are in danger. That's why we are dependent on each other. Show what you have find to your classmates. For example, we live in a group. We are social animal. We live in the classroom for 6 hours, and we are dependent on each other. How? That sometimes we found to share different things. Sometimes we share our lunch. Sometimes we share our different stationery. Okay, that's why. Look at this picture. Make sure you wash your hands after handling plants, animals, or soil. Why? Because sometimes we invite their skins. They contain different germs. That's why we have to wash our hands. We have to take care of our personal hygiene. Cockroaches live in many different conditions, mostly in the moisture, in the dark or damp places they are found. What are the strongest place to find life? Remember this thing. What is the strangest place to find life? Remember this thing, that life is possible everywhere. The God made the atmosphere or made this planet Earth possible for the living and the non-living things. Remember this thing, here are different of the living things. And why? Because whenever we study a different part of the world, there are different species of animals are found. Why? Because the atmosphere is different. Remember this thing, the species is totally different whenever the atmosphere is different, because any living thing is dependent on the atmosphere, on the habitat, on the condition, on the survival that are given by the God. Okay, did you know scientists are discovering new plants and new animals all of the time? A frog the size of a pea has just been found in the Borneo for the first time. Look at this. This is a tiny frog that is found in the jungle environment. Why? Because that environment is suitable for them, and according to that atmosphere, now we will discuss. Find the mistake in each state. Rewrite the statement correctly. The environment is made up of living thing. Yes, very good. The environment is made up of living thing, but non-living things are also found. Some living things need an environment to live, others do not. Some living things need an environment to live, others do not. Can be possible. We human do not share our environment with others. We share our environment with others. Okay, we are dependent on plants and animals, and the plants and animals are dependent on us. So it is false. All animals require the same kind of environment to live. No, not at all. As we study that the environment is your condition of your atmosphere, and it is suitable for different species of a different kind of animals. Weather does not affect the environment. Yes, weather affect the environment. Okay, it is also false. Now here, home sweet home. What is a habitat? Is the home of a plant or animal or a place. Okay, all an organism need to survive is provided by its habitat. Habitat is the place, the environment. Different plants and animals live in different habitats. Yes, this is we will study. Where I live, the place where a living thing live is called a habitat. Underline this, because this is a definition of a habitat. A habitat is like their home, or we can say habitat is a home, or habitat is a place. A pond is an example of a habitat. Okay, earth is an example of a habitat. Water is an example of a habitat. Jungle is an environment of a habitat. Okay, different environment, different habitats have different environments. This affects the plant. Look at it. My habitat is the cool dark earth. What am I? It is an earthworm. It eats earth. Okay, its body is segmented.